Hi, this is Lenny aka Tribrix, and today I am going to talk about the finger sequencer on the Teenage Engineering OP-1. You can use the finger sequencer for synthesizers and for drums, but we're going to start with drums because I think it's a little easier to follow. And give me just a second here. You can see we have our monkeys. Sequences in the finger sequencer can be up to 32 steps long. You can increase or decrease the number of steps with the white encoder. You can see there the number of steps increasing and decreasing. I generally work with a 15-step pattern, which is what this is. You can store up to 16 different patterns, all of your white keys on the keyboard. Each one can have its own pattern. You can use different patterns to create complexity within a song. So you can have one beat going, that would be an example of A being two different patterns in a song. I'm going to show you another way where you use two different patterns at the same time. But anyway, in working with the finger sequencer to set up a pattern, I'm going to show you how to set up a simple 4 to the floor bass kick. It sounds like this. And we use the blue encoder to navigate within the finger sequencer, and we also use it to erase. If you want to erase, you hold down the shift button and rotate the blue encoder, and it will erase any square it goes over. So now this is clear. If I play it, you can see nothing happens. So to put those 4 kicks back in, all we have to do is use the blue encoder to navigate where we want to insert one, hold down the shift button, and enter a kick. And then we use the blue encoder to go to the next step, hold down shift, enter another one, and so on, and so on. And now we have our... Now we can add snares on the downbeat, same way. And now we have a nice little march pattern. And similarly, we can add in some hi-hats. Now let's say we don't remember where the hi-hats are on the keyboard. If I go and hunt for them, I'm actually just going to be triggering different sequences. See, it's not very useful. I'm going to go back to the sequence we're working on, and I'm going to turn the finger sequencer off, and now I can hunt around. There's my closed hi-hat. So I will turn the sequencer back on, and we'll go put some closed hi-hats in there. Hold down shift, and let's see what that sounds like. And another interesting thing is you can also stack different events on top of each other. So this first step is a kick drum, but let's say I want to add a crash to it. Oh, and that is not a crash, so I will erase that. Go hunt. There's the crash I want. Turn it back on. I have to put the kick drum back on because I erased it. And then navigate back to that step and add the crash. So now my pattern will lead with a crash. That's the basics of how you build a pattern in the finger sequencer. Now, I also said you can combine 2 different patterns to make one better pattern. I'll show you how to do that. I'm going to put my 4 to the floor back. I'm going to put an extra kick at the end. So sounds like that. And let me hunt for a pattern that doesn't have a kick drum. So that one has no kick drum. So what I can do, I'll do 8 beats of the kick, and then I'll bring this second rhythm in, and the two will make a nice complement to each other. And my timing was off. I will try again. My timing is off again. It'll be easier if I do it without that extra. Okay. So you can see you can combine different patterns endlessly to create really interesting, complex rhythms in the course of a song. Now let's go over the synthesizer section. And we have our hipsters here who play the synths for us. Let me find an empty... Oh my gosh, they all have stuff. Alright, so I'm going to erase that one. And same as when we're building patterns with the drums, we have to hold shift to enter notes. I'm going to do this all with A notes, and that way if I was to use this pattern with something set in A minor, it would all stay in key. So just start entering notes. I hold shift, I press the note I want. So let's listen to that. Sounds kind of nice. Now, same as you can do with the drums, you can start to stack notes on top of each other. So I'm going to have this lead off with an A minor chord. I just have to go to the first step of my sequence and start adding notes. Go back to it again. And now this sequence pattern will start with an A chord and then play the rest of the single notes. And I can do the same thing halfway through the sequence. Add some nice tension to that little sequence. So that is the basics of how you use the finger sequencer. If you have any questions, put them in the comments below, and I will try to answer them for you. Hope you enjoyed and learned something. Take care. Bye.